Hey, what's up, people? This your boy True Deuces, coming to you from the best YouTube channel on the planet, Justice Law. Coming to you from Walker County as usual, Walker County, Alabama, the woods. Today, I want to talk about um, basically the way things are today. Like, really, I want to discuss and get your insight on what you think is going to happen with the world we're living in at this current moment. You know, we got the virus going on. People some people are panicking, some people are happy. They got the stimulus check, so they just living it up right now. Some people are panicking a little bit, taking the money out of banks and out of stocks and stuff like that. Some people have, already started going to their bunkers. It's rare, but I have heard people stocking them up out in the woods. So a lot of people are just still carrying on like nothing's happening, even though we got folks walking around with masks. Loved ones are dying from cancer more than ever, and then we have the coronavirus on the rise. The flu's never going nowhere. AIDS isn't going anywhere, but a lot of people still carrying on like nothing's happening. But and I think that's got to a good thing to a certain extent, but we still need to be aware and vigilant. It's just my opinion that it could get bad real quick. I hope it doesn't, but what's bad about my generation and pretty much everybody that's living right now, except for the oldest generation, a lot of people don't realize that during 1929, when the market crashed, it triggered the Great Depression, which what we're going through does not even come close to holding a candle to. I mean, people my age don't even know what struggle is because they haven't, unless you're like homeless right now, you really don't, you've never experienced what the older generation has experienced. I mean, you had people living in tents and stuff in the 1930s. I mean, there's just no way to even fathom that. Basically, something like that happened today, you could be living in a tent like the crackhead neighbor you have next door, like, and they living in a shack or something, the dope heads that don't care about power and water, all they want is dope. You could be living just like them, and never wouldn't be so easy for you to point the finger and laugh or judge them, because you'd be rubbing shoulders with them in the soup lines. And it could come to the point, no matter how much money you have in the bank, either it would all run out or it all would lose value, depending on how this all shakes out. And no, I don't mean to sound like I'm trying to spread some kind of panic or something like that. Please don't take it that way. I have the utmost hope that things are going to work out. Right. Think about me. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I'm a realist. I can say this. People can hate me for saying it, but I think we would have already fought the cliff if Obama hadn't came in and took the steps he took to keep us, to get us back steady. And I mean, hate him or love him, it is what it is. And once again, hate him or love him, but Trump come in, and in my opinion, he actually turned it up a notch. The economy started booming. We got back level, kind of had bro on an incline actually. And then Trump come in, and we were doing it big. And of course, then the government shuts down, so there's no market that's going to be able to thrive in that. But all the money the government's having to put out to keep businesses open that are not making money right now with the stimulus packages and things of that nature, that money just doesn't, they're not supposed to be just printing money up just to make it appear out of nowhere. Money's got to come from somewhere. That's why they go to the checks and balances through Congress to make it happen. But there's a lot going on, a lot at play. I don't think a lot of people are actually looking to or reading to. A lot of people just being guided by the hand that basically feeds them. Because if you look at it, the government's feeding a lot of people right now. If you're not an essential worker, you're taking off the workforce, and you're dependent upon the government, like people on welfare and things of that nature, disability. More people now are probably depending on the government than have in my lifetime, because they have no choice. If your job closes down, closes the doors, you got to now depend on somebody for your family to eat. You're not going to go hungry. So I mean, it's real, man. It's really a lot going on. People need to open eyes and kind of take it all in and be more aware instead of getting your stimulus check or you're running to Walmart and buying your kids toys and all that, which is good to have stuff like that to keep them occupied, keep their minds off of it. Because I couldn't imagine being a kid right now, my son's age. I couldn't imagine being a 4-year-old kid and he don't understand why we can't go to McDonald's to play on the play set because there's a virus. You know, he don't understand why the doors are not open and why do people walk around with masks. I didn't see that when I was his age. I can remember. You know, it's new stuff going on we've never experienced in my lifetime. So to me, that's a sign of the times, and you should always heed the signs. The economy, it's got to roll though. We can't leave the business to shut down. I know there's people on both sides of saying we need to open up business now so the economy doesn't completely collapse, and then there's people saying there's no point opening businesses and letting everybody dying of the virus, you know, because there won't be no economy anyway. I'm in the middle. We have to open the economy, but we have to do it with stipulations, rules. So there's only so much you can do. You can't just stay cooped up without nobody working. There has to be some money fluctuating. Either the government will have to come up with a way to keep producing stimulus checks, or we're going to have to somehow get people back to work because money's got to flow. Businesses are shutting down where I'm in Walker County. We don't have it as bad as a lot of places, but there's a bunch of places up north and in crowded areas like Florida and things of that nature that are businesses are shutting down and they ain't coming back. There's a lot of families that are now out of work and now they have to depend on the government. They have to go sign up for unemployment, disability, and Social Security checks if they can get them. I mean, it's very real. It's easy for the average Joe to sit on his couch and you watch all this unfold, and then you hear about people up north in soup lines and stuff. It ain't happening to us in the woods, thank God, for the most part. But, you know, if the whole economy collapsed, it could happen tomorrow. 1 second. It amazes me. You reject the call, people keep calling like they don't know what that means. But anyhow, that's my take on it. I would like to hear what you think. What do you think the next step should be? How do we get back on our feet as a country? And what do you think people should be doing right now? Should they be making bug out bags? Should they be setting up shelters in the woods or under the ground, like underground bunkers? Should people be getting together like tribes? Like everybody in your neighborhood get together and form a game plan? 1 moment. Sorry about that. But yeah, what's your thought on what's to happen next? Because like I say, it could happen tomorrow and me and you could be without electricity ever coming back, or for a long time, or just not being able to afford it. Have to go to the woods to find out how to live, or to figure out a new way of living, I should say. But anyway, enough about that. That's my take on what's going on. I really think people should just be more aware, and I'd like to know your opinion on what we can do, what you think we should do to get back to normal and to prepare, basically. But I'm going to close this off. I was talking about bug out bags. I have actually decided not to have a bug out bag. I do have a life bag that I've showed on this channel before, and I have a tack bag that I use for work. But I now have a get home bag, which I think a lot of people are going to. And this is it. It's a lot smaller than all my other bags, and instead of keeping my life bag with me everywhere I go, I now have my get home bag. It's just got some a change of clothes and water, a little bit of food, of course a first aid kit. I have some weapons and a few little tools in there, essentials to get by. And if I had to live off the land off of this bag alone, I could improvise to a certain extent. I'd have to come up with more tools and stuff like that I'd have to make on my own, but nevertheless that'd be a good start. It'd be starting from nothing. But anyhow, feel free to comment. I hope I didn't bore you too much. I hope the phone wasn't ringing too much in the background. I know it was for me. I don't understand why folks didn't get the message when I hung up the first 3 times. But anyhow, just leave me a comment. And don't forget to check in on our Facebook page, Tactical Advantage. See if there's any shirts in there you like. I'm going to be having somewhat of a contest. If you like and share certain posts so many times, I'm going to give away a free shirt, maybe some free emergency blankets or something like that. Just stay tuned to the Facebook page. Thank you so much, everybody, for all your support. Tactical Advantage has only been going for, or the Tactical Advantage Facebook page has only been up for like half a month, maybe a little bit, maybe 20 days, I think, tops. And we already have 1,500 followers, which is remarkable. And I really appreciate everybody that's sharing and inviting their friends and things of that nature. It really goes a long ways. And I really haven't cranked it up yet, but what I really want to do is sell our get our clothing line going. I want to sell a lot more like women's tactical gear and stuff like that, pants and stuff like that. 'Cause you don't see a lot of women's tactical pants and stuff. So I'm gonna really crank it up. Probably coming soon. It's all gonna be coming pretty soon. But thank you all for all your support. So please subscribe, tell someone, tell everyone, and until then, deuces.